All right, Rory, we are back. Today we are joined by somebody who we've had some conversations about throughout the year.
Throughout the years.
One of the biggest troublemakers in hip hop at the current moment.
That's what it is now.
He's pretending to sit this way so he doesn't look like he doesn't look
like he doesn't want to look like a troublemaker. But no, this is a very talented guy that we've been wanting to have a conversation with. So he stopped by today to give us some of his time, and we are thankful for that. We are joined by singer, songwriter, rapper, actor, stand-up guy, one of the younger guys that I really like in the industry and I fuck with. So I'm happy he's here today. Joey Badass.
Put New York on his fucking back.
Huh? This is what standing 10 toes look like.
That's the first time anybody ever led with singer. I like that.
Yeah.
American Badass, you were singing a lot on that.
I was singing on this shit too.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
we were just about the underwater to 3 feet shit that you singing.
No, you
singing.
You
sure.
ain't singing, but you singing. You know what I'm saying? Singing.
One day we'll get to the singing.
Yeah, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, that would be good. I feel good, man. I feel great. Yes, sir.
How's life, man? Are you busy?
Life is beautiful, man. Life is like, you know, not to sound all cliche and shit, but I feel good. I really feel good about things, you know. Grateful to get the project out and, you know what I'm saying, get that off and just, you know, keep it pushing. Like, you know, I feel like this year has been great for me. So, yeah, man.
This year has been very busy for you.
I'm busy for sure.
You've been the topic of discussion, it seemed like, since the year started.
For sure.
You've had a lot of, we've spoken about you a lot.
I feel like we got entered into the beef. Because we was riding with you.
Y'all entered the chat.
Oh, listen. I know I don't expect anyone to watch our pod, but the way we rode for you during this entire beef, we allegedly, by proxy, got into some fake beef because of this shit.
Did we?
There was people saying they knew our location. They could have read. Like, I'm like, I fuck with Joey like that, but I ain't about to die for Joey.
You ain't gonna die for Joey?
I'll die for New York, but I don't know if I'm dying for Joey. But
you've voiced obviously your opinion on a lot of the things. Being one of the guys that is from Brooklyn, you from the city for real.
Yeah.
You've seen the change in the sound and the landscape of rap, hip hop. How do you feel about the current though? The current state of New York, particular New York rap, hip hop culture. Like, when you sit back and just look at it, how do you feel? Because it's changed a lot since you were like young and really outside in the streets like that.
I mean, I think New York is an interesting place. You know what I'm saying? We the mecca of hip hop.
For sure.
You know, so we always gonna have that thing. It's a high expectation, you know, coming from this city. And I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? I think that's a good thing more than it is like a negative thing. But you know, as far as the current state of what's going on right now, I think there's interesting things happening. You know what I'm saying? I think you got like, you know, you look at the Slizzies, you got Cash Cobain in them, you know, holding it down for like what they kind of coined as their own thing with sexy drill. And then, you know what I'm saying? You got like Chef and Sleepy and shit like that.
Still got A Boogie.
A Boogie, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boogie, that's my man. You know, shit, you got me, you doing what I do. So I mean, I think New York is an interesting place right now. And you know, I think that the culture does this interesting thing where the hot zones change every couple years as far as like what region is like the one that's like on fire or like dominating, or you know what I'm saying, however you want to put it right now. So I think it's going to continue to get interesting for New York. And
how tired are we of even that combo? And we've been participants in that shit. Post Dipset, I feel like we've been having that combo with literally everybody. But
I dread it, honestly.
I do too, but I think that's just how close we hold our city's music and legacy to our hearts, that even though I'm sick of this conversation, it's always something I want to bring up about everybody.
It's like the New York Knicks, man. It's like, you know, so many years of heartbreak, but every time we get there, it's like, like, you know what I'm saying? We amped about it. We passionate about it. So yeah, you know, we a very passionate city.
Is there anything you would want to see change though about the current energy in like New York, the New York rap scene? Is there anything you would want to see change though?
Nah.
Like we need to get rid of that. Like we shouldn't be.
Oh, nah. You said you called me a troublemaker. You trying to make me start more trouble.
No, because because now you're you're still very young, but you're considered one of the elder statesmen though from the city. And a lot of people, a lot of the guys that are outside now making noise and doing their thing, they saw and watched you, like you inspired a lot of them. So you have a different scope on it. You've pivoted, you're now in film and things like that, but you still are tapped in and you know what's going on.
Right.
So I'm sure you sit back and be like, I don't know if, the city need to be doing this. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, right, like, I don't think there's nothing missing from the city because if you really look at it, you got artists like Mike holding it down in his own arena.
One of the best rap albums of the year.
In his own pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just more about, because, when it comes to like, radio still plays a big part in this city specifically, I feel like. And, so when it comes to those type of aspects, you may feel like, New York got a certain type of sound if it's being led and like kind of dictated by like that stuff, like the programming directors and shit like that. But when you really look at New York City as a whole, everything is going on at once. You know what I'm saying? It's just not everybody's kind of in their own lane. So if there was something that I'd like to see like as a change, maybe it would be just more of an embracing of all aspects of the city.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? From like more regional support of the city, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a lot going on in the radio right now. Like, enough being let go, flex, whatever, drama shit. But, even with them, like them recognizing and, maybe trying to push the New York culture forward by paying more attention to like, what's just going on largely and not just on the level of hype or internet or cloud or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, outside of even just New York politics in general, I mean, you came out 2012, was 1999, which was coming towards the end of the blog era, sort of. How have things changed from the blog era to now?
Streaming, bro. Streaming, I think, is the biggest change from the blog era to now. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I came out, motherfucker was like on that piff and like live mixtapes and shit like that. That made me sound like old. Talking about this shit.
That piff.
You were 15 on World Star.
You know what I'm saying? Like Two Dope Boys and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like looking at the blog. Like, that's why it was the blog era, because you went to the sites to see what was new, what was developing. Now it's like, I don't even know, like shit just become the trend now. And then, that's how people kind of find out about it. But like back then, I think it was more of a discovery-friendly environment, if it makes sense, in the landscape of the game.
How did you navigate that, though? Because coming off the blog era where you were young and kind of a trailblazer in that regard and understood that world and things shifting, whether it be with Shipes, you were independent as well. How did you manage to go with that shift from blog era to streaming? Or blog era to, we're doing iTunes $9.99 and now all of a sudden it's $9.99 for the months. And now streaming's here. How'd you navigate that change?
What's funny is, I just really roll with the punches. But the funny thing about it is I had the opportunity to really get in front of it. But I think my mindset was just a little bit closed to it, because I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't understand it. Like, when Spotify first came around, like, I didn't really fucking understand. Like, how was that presented? What it was like? I mean, it was presented like, "Yo, this is the future." Boom, boom, boom. But I couldn't really understand like how it was the future, because I'm like, okay, but people could just download the music on like iTunes or some shit like that. I'm like, what's really the difference? Like, I'm like, okay, people listen to music on YouTube. Boom, boom, boom. And then I was selling tickets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I didn't really feel the need to be like, kind of take heed to what was going on there. But I remember when there was like a Spotify story back in, I want to say like 2015, 2014. And it was on, I think, was it like Fox News? It was one of these news stations. And they had used my first album as like one of the first examples of where streaming was going. Yeah. Like they was using like my metrics, my data and shit like that. It was like they was using me, they was using like Drake, they was using like a few other people. And I was like, I remember seeing that and being like, but I don't get it though. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't think that like I really tapped in and like I had a chance to really capitalize and I missed that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it just became about like rolling with the punches. Like, oh, okay. Like now playing catch up about like 2016. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What are some of the things that, because obviously you got, life has handed you a lot of different opportunities now. What keeps you inspired though? Like creatively, like what keeps you wanting to try different things and continue to elevate your art?
My favorite thing, I've been saying it recently, one of my favorite things when it comes to music is to play a song for somebody and somebody be like, yo, that's you? That's one of my favorite reactions because it's like, oh yeah, like you didn't know I could do that. Like,
okay.
like you don't know that I have that range. You didn't think I was like capable or some shit like that. Or you just wasn't exposed to that, to my ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that, and I'll also say competition. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what this year really put into perspective for me. Cause you gotta remember, like when I came out, I was in a huge collective.
Yeah.
And we was always constantly challenging each other. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody always wanted to come the next day with the best verse and shit like that. So this year definitely brought that feeling back for me. It's like, I'm really inspired when I'm feeling the heat of like somebody else's pen.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah.
I mean, I know you to be strategic even with how long you were independent from an early age. So I know you're very strategic. Did you think what happened after the Ruler's Back when you dropped it, because that was January 1st? January 1st. Did you think things were going to go the way they were going to go after you? Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like,
you didn't think one Jay-Z reference was going to make the whole West Coast sensitive?
I swear I didn't. You know what I mean? And
fuck out. Now I'm not letting Joey get that over. You knew exactly what the fuck you was doing.
Nah, bro, I promise you I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I made Ruler's Back, right? I probably made Rulers Back, I want to say like 2 days before I put it out.
Okay.
I made it, we shot the video, and then we just put it out. And shout out to my man Sam, because he was the only person that was like, yo, I don't know, that line. And I was like.
So he felt it. He felt it.
He was like, yo, I'm telling you, like that line is going to probably cause some reaction.
Listen, I was even wrong. We came in the day that came out. Well, not the day, but a few days after we recorded. I said, man, it's just the whole reference. Like, I don't understand. This is not going to turn out to be anything. Yeah. And boy, was I fucking wrong. I really did not think that was going to make everybody as sensitive as it did.
Same, bro. Same. Like, you know what I mean? I can't say that my man ain't like put the bug in my ear that he felt that it could.
Yeah.
But my like sentiment on it was like, nah, like I don't think it's gonna really like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. Yeah. It's the whole line. It ain't like I said, yo, you fucked the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm clearly recycling a whole line with remarkable timing. That part I understood. But I'm
so
like,
you understood the timing.
But that was
but
that was why the reference was so good, because of what was happening at the time. Like,
and that's what I thought.
It was an ode to a time where that was happening as well.
Like, especially with me understanding my relationships with
the West Coast.
Yeah,
the
like
West Coast.
You know tour with them, like everybody knows you're not on that.
I remember when this shit happened, one of the first people who called me was Ab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we spoke about it, you know what I'm saying? We spoke about it for like 10, 15 minutes. And like, we laughing about it.
He's super cool, super like, he gets it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but to me, like, that's how I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, you thought I'm like, yo, for real, like you took that by, you took any disrespect from that? He's like, nah, like niggas is rapping. Niggas, his favorite thing to say, you in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, I bet.
Yeah.
But then, shit started jumping online, and the internet nowadays fuels shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the stan culture and all of that shit. So, this narrative started developing. And when the narrative started developing, I was like, okay, somebody's going to take this bait.
Of course.
Somebody's going to take this bait. And then it just, one and two and three.
You seem to be very prepared. I will say that.
Yeah, right, I wasn't. I honestly wasn't prepared. Right. I wasn't. I rolled with the punches.
That's what I'm saying. What we doing?
Right, let me ask this quick before we get to the rest of the battle. If the internet did not have the narrative that started after Ruler's Back, would Sorry Not Sorry have came out the way it did even down to what I would say isn't a shot, but it's a little jab at Cole. Like there were shots where I felt like you saw the energy of, hey, people took this as a diss. So if you did, all right,
sorry,
who want to rap?
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. I say there's a line in there too. I'm like, you know, bunch of niggas with attitudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was clearly addressing the people on the West Coast who was feeling the way.
A little sensitive about a regular bar.
I'm just, you know, my response to it was like, yo, I'm just bigging up my city. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, I'm like, you know what? I ain't, cause for me, what was like important to me in the beginning, and it's like, I don't know if it was a good thing in hindsight or a bad thing, but I'm like, one thing I'm not gonna do is get on Twitter and like be walking it back. Or some shit like that. No. Like, yo, I ain't mean it like that. Like, I felt secure in what I meant. And then I'm already speaking to my people on that side, and they telling me how they feel, and they not taking no offense. So I'm like, yo, fuck the internet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what they say.
Complete opposite of what J. Cole did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he takes a shot at, and sorry, not sorry.
But even that though, it's like, you know,
they won't delete that later. Joey won't.
I won't. You know what I'm saying? Like it was commentary. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like even that. I'm like, okay, you know, I did think about that one though, because I'm like, all right, now it's a little bit more intention. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, but motherfuckers.
Not disrespectful though. It
was the epitome of what this whole thing is, of what hip hop is.
Right.
To me, what you were doing. So that's why, you know, it was good to see the guys get out and, you know, get the pens moving, everybody rapping. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little older, so I know what that part of the culture is. It's like, this is rap. Never thought it was going to get serious or it was going to go left.
Right.
But I didn't understand how some people were really like offended though. And really felt the way, like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, but this is what they supposed to be doing, is rapping.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like the internet was offended. I don't think like I don't think Daylight was offended.
The internet was fueling it. No, Daylight wasn't offended.
Yeah, I think anyone like that participated in it.
Daylight been having conversations since the beginning. Well, since the rulers,
you did mention in the last record,
but I don't know if
Light had heard your bars before. So before the Red Bull shit, because what's the Daylight shit? He had the skate park. Apologies, Light. I forgot the record. It was one of my favorite joints. It came out before,
like Backpack or some shit like that.
Yeah. And he kind of predicted what Joey's first diss would have been. Predict it. And then Joey had mentioned on the last record, like, Light, you heard all my bars on the Red Bull shit months ago. Like, don't act like you some prophecy shit like you knew was gonna happen. So that did happen. Ab played that for him, or how did that even go about?
So, you know, when we did the Red Bull joint, we did that shit in like March. It ain't end up coming to like May or some shit like that. 2 months after. So, you know, I don't know if Ab specifically played it, but what I do believe happened is we recorded the cypher at Big Sean's house, like a track.
Okay.
Because the guys was, you know, everybody just kind of wanted to make sure that we had a backup plan in case lyrics couldn't be memorized in time.
Facts, yeah.
So it was like the idea of having this backing track.
Okay.
But I knew in that very moment that motherfuckers was gonna hear my shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's connected. You know what I'm saying? So like, it don't gotta be Ab direct. It could have been his manager.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, but he gonna hear it.
But then, you know, Ab is also a TDE artist. So Top and, you know, the label is very involved on the rolling out of the Red Bull cypher. You know what I'm saying? Everybody understands what it is. You know what I'm saying? So at some point they heard it. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that was gonna happen. I didn't know that it was going to take Red Bull so long to put it out. But by the time that happened, I'm like, okay, if I'm my enemies, I have a plan of action to respond to this, you know, when this shit dropped. And, you know, it dropped, it went crazy, and just like I predicted, motherfuckers had a move the day after, which made it look like to the public, like, oh, like like he went in the studio last night. Like, nah, niggas was prepared. Niggas was prepared.
And again, I'm not here to have you start trouble with past. It was an amazing moment, I think, for hip hop, because everyone just rapped and everyone became cool and friends and everything's fine now. I will go back to some of the stuff we talked about, because we was on your side the entire time. But before Daylight got involved, we sat here nervous for you just because of who Light is and what his past
That's what he
career.
do. He's a battle rapper. That's what he does.
And like I think actually is one of the few battle rappers that does make music that's good as well,
Yeah.
which is tough. So we was a little nervous, and boy was we proven fucking wrong.
Yeah, I don't think
were you a
Daylight
little,
at? I don't even know.
Were you a little surprised that Daylight didn't come the way we thought, pause, the way we usually see in a battle with him?
Well, I wouldn't
some
say,
of those by his standard, because I think Daylight is an alien.
I wouldn't say that he didn't, pause, come the way that he usually comes. But I think one thing that I understood about it is that he was in a different arena. This was a different stage for Daylight.
How those battles?
Yeah, but we're not on the stage.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the performative aspect of battle rap.
He's delivered on beats.
This is the beat is on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first of its kind of a battle that Daylight has had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as far as that, for sure.
Yeah.
In the public eye, trading tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Usually he's on the stage.
Yeah.
And I think, this whole thing would have went down different if it was like on the stage and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that was one thing that I knew, like, okay, cool. That's definitely one thing to my advantage, right? And I even say it, I'm like, yo, no matter what stage they put you on, you still assed out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was my thinking.
Yeah.
Entendre when he took his ass
You know what I mean?
out
That
and
was
shit
my
on stage.
thinking with that whole thing. But then two, I feel like one thing that gave me a confident edge over the whole situation was when he did the backpack thing. Because I'm like, you shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that made me feel like, okay, this is like, I could do this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is beatable. You know what I'm saying? Because now you leaning into optics and shit like that, which I'm like, you're the great, you know what I'm saying?
You don't need to do this.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You
If you're leaning on, I knew this before shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of gave me a little bit of, I feel like, power and energy in the situation where it's just like I was able to approach it like a little bit differently. But yeah, now shout out to Day though, man. I really do love Day. That's my man. And like, you know what I'm saying? It was
That's my guy.
Daylight is one of the greatest.
I just want to know where he
top
at.
five greatest
It's like you
battle
packed.
rappers.
I haven't heard anything from him. Is he posting on social media? Like we haven't seen Daylight at all.
I heard he dropping a joint soon.
Okay. Album?
Yeah. Album or
Listen, again, it's Surf and Light that I think are the two battle rappers that like make good. They know how to make good music.
Word.
So that's where I was a little nervous. But what was that call to Lux like?
Oh,
Like how did that whole thing come together with Loaded Lux?
Let me take a little sip.
And I know Lux was laughing. Like I know when he got the call, he started laughing. Like, man, what you doing?
If I remember correctly on YouTube, it didn't say featuring Loaded Lux.
No, it did.
No, because I remember being in I posted the most Statue of Liberty emojis I've ever posted in my fucking life once I heard Lux come on that second verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So me and Lux go way back. You know what I'm saying? Like I connected with Lux like probably 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Like I did a feature for him like back in the day. So we always just had that rapport.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And actually had a conversation with him early on in the year. Like, when the shit first started kicking off and shit like that. We was, laughing, joking, and, talking about the idea of possibly like if I was going to engage, like, but it was really just kind of like poking fun out of the whole situation. Like it wasn't nothing serious. I ain't like really be like, yo, boom, boom. But then when the Red Bull shit happened, I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm my opponents, right? I heard this shit for 2 months. I got my move ready.
Yeah.
And, right the next day, Rayvon dropped. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I went to the studio that night and I made the finals. You know what I'm saying? Boom. But then after that, I'm like, okay, what is this nigga Light gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I have no idea what this motherfucker gonna do. So I'm waiting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm keeping the pen hot.
Yeah.
Just in case, because I don't know when this nigga gonna drop. And he start tweeting shit and all that. I'm like, all right. They say now it's Monday. You know what I'm saying, nigga? So you drop the joint and I'm like, oh, I bet. You know what I'm saying? You know what it felt like? I felt like, okay, cool. It was almost like when you get in the ring with your opponent and you feel that first punch, you're like, oh.
That's it?
That's it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So then, I went to the studio. I called Lux. I said, yo, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Let's go ahead and finish him.
It's time. It's time.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm about to send you the joint. He sent it back lightning quick. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, shout out to Lux.
No, Lux is he's I watch some of Lux freestyle still to this day. Like,
of course, it's tough to be objective, but where do you rank My Town in? If Complex were to put out every list that they used to put out of the top 50 diss records of all time,
I mean,
of where My Town lands.
I don't know where.
Because to me, I think it's a little higher. Of course, the dust has to settle, and it just happened. Mm-hmm. But I think when time passes, I think that My Town record might be up there in one of the greatest battle records, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you look at everything that was happening with that entire week and how crazy that shit was, that was kind of the stamp that. And of course, I have a New York bias, but after that, I was like, "This is over, man. I don't care too much after this. This is done now."
We spoke about it here.
Done.
I'm obviously familiar with your pen and your work, but you definitely outperformed my expectations.
Word up.
Like, I knew what you were capable of, but I was just thinking like, this nigga Joey getting TV money.
Yeah,
once niggas start going that route, it's like, do he really even still love that shit?
And you know what? I'll tell y'all something, right? Like, initially, that was my approach. Like, when Day and Ray first started like jabbing and shit like that, when I was doing the Sorry Not Sorry, the Pardon Me's and shit like that, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I mean, I'm not about to engage for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I didn't see the win for me. Mm-hmm. But then I started getting hip to the fact that people, like, what I learned over time is like every 5 years is a bunch of new hip hop fans.
Oh yeah.
That come into the picture, get on that Twitter, get on the internet, have a bunch of opinions, think pieces, podcasts, all of that shit. So in that moment, you said what?
I said, well, damn, why are we catching a stray?
No, not y'all. Y'all ain't catching a stray. No.
I actually took it as a compliment. Yeah, finally people were actually talking about rap music for a fucking change.
You know what I'm saying? But so pretty much what I realized, I'm like, oh, you know what? There's a lot of people who are in discovery mode about me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. Even though I have my accomplishments and my success.
Absolutely.
There's still a lot of people who are not familiar with 1999, Joey, Before the Money, All American. So at that point, when we clicked up for the Red Bull joint, and because Ab like gave me like a sample of his verse, and then when I peeped that he mentioned the Daylight and Ray shit, I was like, you know what? This is a good opportunity. Mm-hmm. Now I saw it as like, I saw a win in it for me. Yeah. I'm like, this is a good moment for me to engage, because I can remind people, not even remind, I could fucking hit people to what this pen do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's when I jumped in. But also, like, the win for me too, I'm definitely was cognizant of it, was it being like Joey versus The Field. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a better battle for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Rather than me versus this person alone or me versus that person alone. It was more worth it for me to be like going up against a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm like, yeah, you know what?
It was healthy.
It's game time. Like let's get it. Like I see the win, I see the opportunity, and I'm taking it.
In the midst of that, you don't have to answer, just blink twice if Top Dog paid you to do all that.
Top Dog did not pay me.
I'm just saying that was the talk.
We did have like
TD East.
Yeah, we did have some dialogue, like, you know what I'm saying, just like, joking and a lot of joking and laughing and shit. I ain't gonna lie, Top, he bought me some seats, some tickets one night to the Knicks game while that shit was going on. He was like, yo, you gotta be out there, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was love. But we definitely did have a few conversations, talk about the whole TD East thing and like, how he thought that shit was clever. He like, yo, nigga, I've been laughing about that shit since last night and shit like that. I'm like, yo, shit kind of got a ring to it.
Got a ring. We should talk.
we should have a conversation, you know what I mean? So we definitely spoke about that and the possibility of sitting down and talking.
But he didn't have this whole elaborate scheme set up to get his artist
absolutely not. Nah, you know what I mean? This whole thing, like nobody knew I was gonna come with the rulers back. What you said?
She ain't say nothing.
Nobody knew.
She ain't saying work anyways.
Listen, nobody knew that I was gonna come with the rulers back. And after the rulers back, I didn't know what was gonna transpire. Sure. Like when I tell you this shit was rolling with the punches, it was rolling with the fucking punches. At the only moments of like preparation I had was once I did that Rebel freestyle and knew that it was sitting with that side for 2 months. At that point, I'm like, okay, cool. I smell something.
Yeah.
Now I could see what's coming.
Yeah.
But before that, I couldn't see nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just surprise every day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
We are extremely excited to announce our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet.
And everybody knows and loves the Hard Rock hotels, Rory, and casinos. And now you can use the top-rated Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook to place your bets all NFL season and beyond, because the NFL season is back and we cannot wait.
Football is back.
Bet.
Hard Rock is the only legal sports book in the state of Florida and is also available in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, with more states launching very soon. More. As New Yorkers, we know all of our family members just moved down to Florida. Yeah. So this will be great for them.
This is absolutely great. You can also play on Hard Rock Bet's online casino if you are in New Jersey.
Maul, you know I'd be in Jersey.
You live in Jersey.
I'd be in Jersey. As we gear up for the NFL season, sign up for Hard Rock Bet and make a $5 bet, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets if you win. So please head over to Hard Rock Bet, sign up, and make your first deposit today.
Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida in Florida. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC in all other states. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, or Virginia to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? In Florida, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. In Indiana, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia.
Well, then let me ask you this. Having that side of the brain of the competitive side of what was going on and having to be reactive in a timely manner, at what point did you go, all right, now I got to focus on my album, and how do I capitalize off everything that just happened to get to Lonely at the Top?
So when I made Rulers back, right, like that last week of 2024. So, you know, I've been working on this album, not the one that I just put out. I've been working on a album for the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a conceptual album. And it required me to go in a specific direction with my subject matter. So the last week of 2024, I got really activated on some, I just kind of want to rap right now. Yeah. So I kind of like got inspired to make this other project that wasn't conceptual, that gave me the outlet to kind of like put out a bunch of other music that I wanted to put out before putting out this conceptual album. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what Rulers Back was in the spirit of. It was in the spirit of me making this new project. Yeah. At the time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't have a name for it, but I'm just like, it's more kind of just diverse. You know what I'm saying? It's not confined to a subject or anything. It just kind of allows me to get some shit off that I want to get off. And, you know, Rulers Back, what came from that was a bunch of back and forth. Then in the midst of that, Sorry Not Sorry was created, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of my way of like acknowledging what was going on, but still not really responding directly to it. And then, you know, then I put out the 3-song EP, and I'm like, shit, did that scratch the itch? I'm like, I still kind of want to put out some new shit. And then the battle started, you know what I'm saying? And that happened. We put out, you know, 3 records there. And I'm like, okay, now I feel like I have to feed this new listener, this new eye. And, you know what I'm saying? I want to now use this opportunity to get out some new music, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Lonely at the Top became, was, you know, this opportunity for me to kind of put together this compilation of records that I just felt like, because this is the quickest project I've ever made. And I say that in a very positive way for me. That feels really good because when I look at the course of my career, I took 5 years between the second album and the third album. And in between Lonely at the Top and 2000 was another 3 years. That's 8 years of like inactivity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's 8 years
Musically,
that
'cause you've been
musically,
working.
right, musically. But to me, I'm like, that's 8 years where, you know, I think for a long time I've been fearful of being able to drop a project like Lonely at the Top.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, because I understand that the expectations for me is super high. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want me to put together a body of work. And I want that too. But sometimes, not sometimes, like for a long time, I create a lot of music that is outside of the realm of like something that is like so deeply conceptual. And I fall in love with that music too. But I feel like I never find the outlets to put it out, to get it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Lonely at the Top was. Like, you know, it was for me almost like this fearless move artistically where it's just like, yo, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck what people may think I should do right now or may want for me. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to put out. You know what I'm saying? This is my expression at the time. Because usually by the time I put out a project, these songs are 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
3 years, 4 years old. Like, you know
Might
what I'm
have
saying?
said something that dates it a little bit on the
You know, sometimes I
or
got to
not
go
even-
back in, change a line or some
Or
shit.
even want to be represented on how you felt 3 years ago.
Right,
to
you know what I'm saying?
today.
It's like it no longer resonates
Yeah,
with me.
I don't think that way anymore.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? So, you know, I feel like this really allowed me, like, I've always been a quality over quantity artist. And, you know, not to say that I feel that I compromised the quality on this project at all, but this to me was more about like, yo, I want to get this music out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I love these songs and no, like, it's not deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's intentionally not deep.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't put together this crazy concept. No, these are just songs that I really fuck with right now and I want to put out because it's in the key of my life at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think even, you know, we've had debates about the Tyler project that just came out, but he was also on that side too of like, I've constantly felt like I have to sit and come up with a whole new image, every single album has to be this whole moment in time.
Right.
And I like all these records. I have the ability at this point in where my business is at and where I'm at creates like, yeah, here you go. You can just have it. And I think we in that era anyways, because down to what you were saying with the battle, like there's fans that were not around in 2012. There's younger kids that became fans of you because of the output that was going on in that battle. Now with our attention span, you need to just keep putting shit out.
Keep putting shit out, yeah, facts. And it's like, you know, I really want to be more aligned with that idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really, like, musically, you know, I think about it, like, I'm 30 now. I'm like, all right, shit, like, these next 10 years, I want to put out the most music I've ever put out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to put out way more music than I did in my 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I only gave 3 projects in my 20s. Like, you know, I want to give like at least 5 this go around, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's why in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, it don't got a concept, but this is what you want to do. Like, I always look at music like painting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm painting. This is the picture that, this is my interpretation or this is my artistic expression at the moment. And usually I don't get to share that so closely to when I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
So, you know, Lonely at the Top was a bit of, I feel like it gave me some type of like artistic empowerment and like integrity. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, yeah, it's the fuck I want to do.
Does having a family, 2 kids, like does that change that perspective of like, hey, nah, I'm not doing 3 albums in my 30s. We're pumping shit out.
Oh, I mean, I would say
shift and pivot of a lifestyle change, I guess, a bit.
Nah, I don't think that. If anything, what that has to do with, like, it has to do with getting in the way.
Yeah, okay, fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like me being able to not move as fast as I want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think less output because I want to be around them.
You know
or
what I'm saying?
Maybe more material because you're around them.
Right. And you know what? You know, to be frank too, is like the only reason why I feel like I didn't put out so more like music in my 20s is because, you know, I came into this game really young.
Yeah.
So I was like,
15.
yo, I spent the last 15 years finding myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying shit, fucking throwing away pieces I like that I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Just picking up new things and all that. So I think that a lot of it was me really trying to understand like who I was, who I wanted to be, how I wanted to show up and shit like that. And me constantly shifting from like 6 months, right? In 6 months I'll be a whole different person. Like, that music I just made 6 months ago, fuck it, throw it all away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even want it no more. Like 6 months ago, I would have loved to put that shit out. But now, 6 months later, I'm like, nah, I want to work on a whole new thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, what even kept you grounded in that regard? Because most people that find money and even a tiny bit of fame at 15, 16, 17 typically turn out to be fucking insane human beings. Yeah. What kept you grounded through that entire
I'm like, damn, am I insane?
No, you're not. Which, I think it's like...
You're definitely it's one of the same ones.
I don't know if it's just, again, back to the bias of the New Yorker shit, but it's very odd that your story shouldn't be the way it is if it's somebody else. You would usually turn out to be a fucking very strange
like Macaulay Culkin is nah, he was like but that's the thing though, I wasn't like a child star though.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying?
not in
like,
that regard, but let's not act like you weren't rich and somewhat famous at 18.
Oh yeah, no, that's valid because I was thinking about it the other day. I was talking to somebody. I'm like, yo, my whole adult life I've been in some type of public eye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not normal.
At all.
That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no recollection of adult life without existing in the public eye type shit. So I mean, I would say that a lot of it got to do with family. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never moved out of New York. I spent 30 summers here. And I'm starting to regret it a little bit. I'm like, yo, I need something new, man. Like, I want to kind of be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like feeling something that, so that is a big part of it. Like, grounded by my foundation, by my roots, and then also I think just the type of man that I am, the type of human that I am is like I'm always seeking knowledge. I'm always seeking feedback. I'm always trying to take accountability, trying to be a better person. That's like extremely important to me. You know what I'm saying? So
Lonely at the Top is out now. Go stream that. One of the features that I was really happy to see, because this is somebody that I think is super ill, but sonically y'all remind me of each other so much. It was Rome Streets.
Oh yeah.
Like that was like when I saw you and Rome had a record together, I was just the hip hop nerd in me was like, that makes all the sense in the world. How did that come about? And do you and Rome have like a relationship before this, or is this the start of it?
So no. So I did a joint with Rome, I want to say like 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the first time we connected. But me putting him on this project was very intentional because I feel like when it comes to this side of hip hop, when I say this side, I mean like the lyrical niggas and shit like that. Yeah. I feel like it's not enough of us like lifting each other up. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to kind of like lead by example in a way. I think it's easy for us to like, I mean, not always easy, right? But I think it's easier for us to be able to like jump on somebody's record. But it's like to put somebody who's on the come up on your shit, I think that's like the ultimate like olive branch or like, reaching out, you know what I'm saying, support and shit like that. Cause I fuck with Rome. You know what I'm saying? I think Rome is super dope. Rome is also Brooklyn. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like I look at Rome like home team, Kai Cash, same thing. I became familiar with Kai Cash through the whole back and forth. Yeah, I've never heard his music before, but we do got a lot of mutuals and shit. So I'm like, yo.
His history with his parents and everybody in Brooklyn is super
right.
deep.
Yeah, exactly. And I got hip to that and all that. So I'm like, yo, you know what? Like, I really want to lead by example with that, and I want to intentionally be able to like lift motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying, and shine the light, and not like hoard or keep everything for myself. And I want this. I want all of us as lyrical MCs to welcome that and embrace that, because I think on this side of the game, it's way more competition.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Or at least the competition is different. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I want to kind of like kick that door down and being like, yo, we could have that friendly competition. You know what I'm saying? But we could all still like coexist. Like, I don't gotta be afraid, to give Rome or Kai some light. You know what I'm saying? Afraid of what? You know what I'm saying? Oh, because they're gonna get some of my fans. They should.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Have some of my fans, and because I feel like that's how I felt on the way up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like I know I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'll connect with people who, when I see them in person, it's like, yo, I fuck with you. Like, yo, I got some records for you. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, send it.
Yeah.
And niggas will never send the shit. And it's just like, as a lyrical nigga, what you gonna think?
Right. Like, you don't want to rap with me?
Niggas scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of just want to change that perception and just make it fun, make it easy, make it inviting for us lyrical MCs to share space with each other.
I mean, it's kind of full circle back to the New York conversation that we were trying to avoid. I think that's also what's been missing.
Yes.
More unity.
That very, very thing.
More unity in the city. Period. Definitely.
Yeah, facts. Because listen, I'm somebody like I got a firm understanding, bro, and belief that like it was enough money out here for all of us, my nigga.
Absolutely.
And it's like, yo, nobody's gonna be Joey. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas could do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
All have our own different lane.
We gotta. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on TV too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing a bunch of other shit too. Like, I'm a shine different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about giving a nigga a entryway on my track. It's like, yo, I think you dope, and I think you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? You should have that entryway type shit. And, that's how I feel about Rome and Kai. And that's what I told Rome too when, like, I first told him that, yo, I wanted, him to jump on my shit. I'm like, yo, bro, like, I want to shine a light on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you deserve that shit, nigga. Like, nice,
no,
nigga.
Rome is one of those.
Oh, no, Rome is definitely one of the best right now. And even, like, I do hate some of that New York conversation because I always felt, maybe there could have been more records between Pro Era and ASAP. But, I mean, One Train obviously is a classic. Ferg is on the joint now.
It was one joint that we had on the Cozy Tape shit, too. What happened? What
was that era like when both crews were coming up? Because I know y'all did fuck with each other.
Yeah. We like Ferg is my brother. Yeah. To this day. One nice, you know what I'm saying? Me and Flacco, cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? 12E, like
love 12.
Nas, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Addy, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, first time we went on tour was back in 2013. So it's like a real brotherhood between Pro Era and ASAP, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like collaborations, I don't know. It is also a real thing that sometimes things just don't align.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was
like
more
Harlem
of
and
that.
Brooklyn.
Like Harlem and Brooklyn. You know what I mean? But also, like, we was like, our sound, like, we was all New York and we represented pieces of New York, but I'll say, like, Pro Era, like, we was more like conscious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the mob was more like,
it was wavy.
Yeah, wavy, trill, or whatever. So, trying to find that medium is not always the easiest thing artistically. But we was always able to like just get along, support, and hang out, and share space, and support each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rocky then came out to, like, when I was doing the Steez Day festivals, Rocky probably came out like 3 years in a row. Or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I've been to Yams. I came out at Yams Day for a few times as well. So we was always able to share space, but it wasn't always the easiest thing to like naturally find how the music was created. You know what I'm saying?
Which is fine.
Which is cool. You know what I mean?
Are there any other producers on this album that you wanted to work with? And are there any other producers that you looking forward to working with that you haven't had the chance to work with yet?
Producers, let me see.
Like, who's on your, like, I gotta get a couple joints with this producer?
Pharrell.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, Pharrell. I think everybody else I done pretty much worked with at this point.
I mean, Superfly, I feel like you put the call out there. That Neptune shit. I was around Bree when she was working.
I'm like, we gonna break bread, or I'm gonna have to do this shit myself. I'm like, what's up?
I was around Bree when she was working on that joint. Friend of the show, she's been on here a bunch. That's our homegirl.
Shout out to Bree, man.
Love Bree. Bree smoked that shit.
Yeah, fact.
And when she had played me the first idea when she was writing to it, I was like, okay, that's why Joey and I are around the same age as like that Neptune shit and what that did to us as kids.
Facts.
Like, who produced that? Because
Kirk Knight.
They nailed it, not in a like a biting way. They did make it their own.
Yeah. Nah, Kirk Knight produced that. Kirk Knight also produced all of the records that I had in the Battle of My Town and Crash Dummy.
He smoked my time.
Yeah, you know, Kirk Knight is pro era.
Yeah, no, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So
doing y'all shit forever, but
yeah, when we was in the studio that day, we made Superfleet. I'm like, at first I was like, I don't know.
Is it too
Then
close?
we kept listening. I'm like, yo, this shit sound like so much things, and we call it Superfleet because to me, what I heard at first was Super Thug.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Pharrell,
and the funny thing is, Kirk didn't even hear the song. He never even heard Super Thug.
How?
What?
Out of the amount of records that he's produced for you.
Let me rephrase that. He's heard Super Thug, but he wasn't like familiar with it in the way that I was familiar.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he heard it in passing throughout his life, his childhood. And when I played, he's like, oh, I know that song, but it's like I know Super Thug.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll still bump Super Thug to this day, type shit. So immediately I'm like, nigga, that shit sound like this.
Yeah.
And then somebody else play Holla Back Young and like, nigga, that shit sound like this. I'm like, yo, this shit is weirdly just a fucking amalgamation of like all of that shit.
Yeah.
It's weird, but I'm like, you know what? I gotta do this shit.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
I remember
that's how
on the
came
show
about.
I was talking about the first time we actually met. We were in Atlanta at JD's studio, and I was telling Rory, I was laughing. I was like, yo, I was in the studio with JD, and you know, Joey walked in. I was like, you know, obviously I love what he's been doing for New York and everything. Finally got a chance to meet him. Super cool. I was like, yo, but he fucked me up because he was standing in the hall, and if you ever been to JD's studio, he got all his plaques all over the
all the action figures and shit. Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, so Joey was standing there, he was staring at Bow Wow's plaque. And I think a fight or something was on, and we were watching, and I kept looking. I'm like, yo, why is he standing at the wall looking at Bow Wow's plaque like this? And I remember you saying like, yo, this is the guy that inspired me to rap. And I was like, Bow Wow? Like,
Bow Wow.
I could not believe, like to this day, because nothing about your sound, your style, the way you rap says Bow Wow inspired me.
Yeah.
But I guess the age, and obviously Bow Wow was a megastar. But artistically, was it inspiration, or was it just the fact that he was just, you couldn't turn on the TV and not see Bow Wow?
Or you just saying in general?
No, in general, in life.
Oh, yeah, nah. Like, I feel like, listen, the inspiration, what I meant by that is, when I saw Bow Wow, remember, I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, I saw myself in Bow Wow. I was like, oh, shit, like, here's a kid, here's a black kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, having success in this shit. I always had an affinity for rap and poetry and shit like that. So, that just kind of made me feel like, he made me feel like I was closer to the dream because I looked at him like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't necessarily like a sound thing.
Okay.
And it's funny that you say that because a lot of people in this game currently today, you know what I'm saying, come up to me and they say that. And it's like, they sound is nothing like my shit.
Yeah.
But they be like, yo, when I first saw your shit, like, boom, boom, you inspired me. And I realized it's the same thing for them.
They just saw
them
the image.
seeing like a young black dude making it out the motherfucking nowhere.
Yeah.
That's inspirational. That's like, oh, I could do it too.
Right.
That's what it communicates. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, people, sometimes they're inspired in a way to where they just see themselves in you.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like a sonic thing, a musical thing. It's just more of a aspirational thing.
Yeah. I can make it.
Yeah, exactly.
And even that, Bow Wow was rapping. Like, forget the sound, because it was very much the JD sound.
Listen, I
and
go
not
back.
so much like what ended up being 1999, but
Shit was fire.
He was rap. I guarantee if I have not listened to Beware of the Dog in probably 20 years, but that's so
That shit is still
embedded
hit.
in my brain.
Shit
If
is
you
still
played
slap.
a Beware of the Dog song, I could probably rap along.
Take Your Home still slap. I just listened to it not too long ago. That shit still slap.
Like, I could probably rap. If you just played it, I could probably rap it. Because it's so embedded in my mind.
Like,
Nah,
it's just
yo,
the age gap. That's what it is.
It's imprinted, bro. It's imprinted on motherfuckers' brain.
Like,
No, I get,
loved
no,
Bow Wow.
listen, I get it, but it's just like, it's just to hear that.
I went to the Scream tour and all that.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, word. You know what I mean? Came home from school one day, my auntie, my mom was like, yo, they got Scream tour tickets. I said, we out, nigga. You shitting me?
That's hilarious.
Word.
Yeah. I mean, what were some of your other, I guess, influences that would
Make sense?
make more, I guess, more sense to
Sonically.
1999 as far as, I don't know if it'd be Doom.
I mean,
I don't know if it'd be Kai. I don't like,
You said Doom?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely Doom. Bro, when I was in high school, bro, I went through a crazy Doom phase, man, because that's why I was introduced to Doom. Rest in peace, my brother Capital Steez put me on to Doom. Like, by the time when I got to high school, 9th grade, I was like, I'm getting signed to Young Money.
Okay.
That was my vision.
Yeah.
That was my vision for self. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm a nigga, Young Money gonna sign me, nigga.
2010,
you know what I'm saying?
11.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. But then I got to high school and, you know, I met people like Steez and then he put me on the MF Doom. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know motherfuckers rap like this.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, because, you know, when you got an idea and you think about Young Money, it's like, that's everything you exposed to, like on the radio and on the TV.
Yeah.
But then when I was introduced to underground rap, it was like this whole world open in my brain. And then I started to go back in time. Then I started revisiting the classics. Because, you know, you grow up in New York, you're familiar with Nas. You're familiar. But my entry to Nas is Uchi Wally.
Right.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's when I'm hearing, that's when Nas is coming through my consciousness for the first time. It's like, Uchi Wally, it's Hate Me Now and shit like that.
Even with Mobb Deep, like the first Mobb Deep song I loved was Hey Love. And then went super bad. Like I thought I was 11.
My shit was probably Get It Twisted. Some shit like, yeah. That was my intro, like my Mobb Deep and shit.
Oh my god.
And that shit was mainly because of 112.
Yeah, but
like, I was really outside when Shook Ones dropped. Like I
was inside.
I was 5 years old.
Yeah. What year Shook Ones dropped?
95. 94, 95.
Yeah, I was inside, nigga. I was being swaddled.
Yeah.
I was probably hearing it, you know what I'm saying? It's in my subconscious.
Yeah, but
you was swaddling and they was rubbing olive oil on his skin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you going out on the road?
Yeah.
Going on the tour. How you feel about getting back outside, man?
Man, it's different nowadays. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like now, post-pandemic and shit like that, like tour feels different for me. Like when I was, 17, 18, I had the guys.
Yeah.
We going out there, collective, strong. Shit was fun. Now, kind of feel like work a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But what makes it worth it is seeing the people, touching the people, hearing the stories and seeing those faces, people crying and shit like that, you know, but I can't lie, I don't enjoy the fucking terrible food.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Trying to find some late
shit on the road. West Bubble fuck, like, damn. Like, what do I eat? I can't get no oxtail right now.
Not in some of them states.
30 days, no oxtail. You know what I'm saying? It's
30 days, no, that sound like an album. 30 days, no oxtail.
That's a Action Bronson right there. How are you gonna bring the family on the road? Because we said no tour this year. This was the first time. God, how many years now have we been touring?
3.
I'm saying even with the old pod, like 8 years. This is the first time this year I said no to touring just because I've got a kid and shit.
I feel you,
because
bro.
we had Amara in Chicago, Philly. Like I can't keep taking my kid on the road.
Nah, I feel
like
you,
that
bro.
shit is exhausting.
I feel you. Like, you know, my daughter is 7, but my little man just, you know, he's just a couple months old. So.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, the tour environment is just not a sanitary one.
At all.
You know what I mean? Like, anytime you get on that tour, every tour I've gotten sick.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody gets sick. Just take one motherfucker to sink the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just so close quarters and all of that. You know, it's a lot of energy exchange. I'm giving daps to like 100 motherfuckers every city and shit like that. Like, that's not an environment for little men. But I'm definitely going to, you know, fly back home or some.
But it's good for guys like you taking Kai
like
out on the road with you, right?
No. I'm taking, I think Kai going out with Jid.
He's going out with Jid.
Yeah, Kai going out with Jid. Right now it's just myself, Absol, and Rhapsody. And we about to start adding motherfuckers in the city.
That's a lot of raps.
That's a lot of rap.
A lot of
rappy rap shit.
Yeah.
That's rap.
But you know my ass gonna be front row for
Yeah, I definitely got to
Rory
catch
gonna
that show.
Y'all gonna say make some noise, Rory gonna scream.
Oh, you know Rhapsody family, man. I've known rap.
Yeah, shout out to rap. Shout out to rap, man.
What's one of your favorite Mac Miller memories?
Mac.
Oh man, I can't remember where we was at. We was somewhere overseas doing one of those festivals. And I remember pulling up, because at the time, Static Selector was my DJ. And Static and Mac had a super close relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was like his little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember we like, you know, we went to Mac's dressing room. And it's so funny because at that point I seen him reading his lyrics and listening to his music, like trying to get prepared for the show. And I was like, man, I ain't never gonna have to do that. Now that's where I'm at in my life. It's like before every show, I gotta like I'm reading the lyrics. Like I'm like, but it's just such a distinct memory of that because I remember being like, that shit just seems so foreign to me. I'm like, you gotta read your lyrics, like you don't know your music. But you know, I'm thinking from a nigga who only had one project out, type shit. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you already put a couple out, but yeah, now that whole situation, that whole day, man, we just had a lot of fun. Like Mac was a very just a fun dude to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like never serious. You know what I'm saying? Just being jokes and just a good time and shit like that. So I remember that. I can't remember what fucking festival that was though.
Super talented though, Mac Miller.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, talented. Man. For sure.
So let's talk about, you know, the big screen, being on TV, man, with Raising Kanan, playing Unique. How much has that changed Joey's like real life? How much has that impacted your real life?
Well, shit, man. Like black people gravitate to me now. Like in a real way. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the longest time.
It's not me. Like, yo, you heard 1999?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, facts. You know what I mean? Like for a long time, I could kind of go under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people will know like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they not like, it was no super fans. Like, you know what I mean? In my community like that. But now, it's like, yo, boy, man, like, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, oh, some niggas over there, I'm going this way.
I've
Too
had
many niggas outside. I'm
I'm about to hear, yo, Unique, boom, let me get a photo, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I be really low, bro. I be low and shit like that. So, nah, but it's dope though, man. And I really do love it. Like, I really do love it, man. Like, it's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always want to be embraced by your community.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's beautiful.
You're acting though, like definitely, like you're like an actor, like now. And I understand it's, you know, playing the role of Unique and Raising Kanan is probably not too foreign to you. Movie star, there you go. It's not too foreign to you because...
And let's not leave out him playing Deck, because I was mad when he didn't go to the second season.
Yeah. But playing Unique, obviously based in New York's story, kind of familiar, the slang and the fashion, everything is very familiar to you. But you did add an element to Raising Kanan that I think brought in a lot of people like, yo, this is a really good show. Because a lot of people was kind of off it. The whole Power series got kind of weird after a while. But Raising Kanan, I think, brought in a lot of people. And then Unique's character definitely elevated it. But there was an interesting part in season 3. Obviously, Ronnie beats the shit out of Unique. I thought your character was dead. I'm like, all right, contract. First, we think it was contract. They couldn't come to an agreement.
Correction. Unique beat the shit out of Ronnie. But then the nigga got a medal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He got a medal back.
You know what I'm saying? He won. Unique won that fight, though. Let's not forget that.
Let's
not forget that.
But then he got his hands on a fucking...
Y'all be out in the streets, he was like, yo, I hate what Ronnie did. I'm like, did you see what I did to him first?
Yeah.
And then we saw real footage, and I was like, nah, Joey could fight too.
But that whole thing, because it was presumed that Unique, the character, was dead, which was like, this is probably one of the most favorite characters on the show. Why would they kill Unique?
Yeah.
So I was on, they was like, nah, Unique ain't dead. He's coming back. I said, yo, listen, man, if they try to bring this Unique character back after that beating he took with that pipe and then dumping his body in the middle of that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. Pause.
I was beside myself. I couldn't even say pause.
That was crazy. Dumping his body in the middle of nowhere and then to come back to the next season. Like, was that originally part of it, or was it something where Unique was supposed to be written off because of, we always think about contract issues, they weren't able to agree on something, so they had to kind of kill the character off, or was that literally part of how it was supposed to go?
So by the time, you know, you seen it on TV and you watching it, we already understood where we was going with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was already worked out in the background that I was coming back.
Okay.
But nobody else knew it except for me and like the showrunner.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But what had happened was I opted out. I was like, you know what? Because I had a schedule conflict with my tour when I dropped 2000.
Okay.
And the shooting schedule for Kanan. I was trying to make both work. It was no way to do both. So I was basically like, you know what? Yo, y'all could kill me off. In season 3, I wasn't planning to be here that long because I didn't want to get, pigeonholed into no character. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to stay in, you know what I mean? So fuck it, And they didn't want to let me go. They like it was kind of devastating.
You became a fucking character.
But I'm like, yo, I'm still a rapper though, guys.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? I have a rap career. You know what I mean? I gotta hit the road, world tour. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, it was just like, all right, fuck it. Like, I feel like I ran the course at that point in time. I did what I had to do, so I was content with walking away. But the day that I walked into the head casting office. Head casting is so you see the way he fucking beating the character is like I had to get my head like a silicone version of my head made almost damn near so they could like
beat your head in.
You know what I'm saying? They could destroy it. And when I walked in there, I had this crazy gut feeling that I was making the wrong decision.
Okay.
So I'm like, yo, like, I think I'm making a mistake, And another thing that really made me walking away easier, I had a play that was in the future, like another opportunity, another role, but it wasn't solidified. You know what I'm saying? It was just something that was in the talks about. So I'm like, fuck it, like, I'm gonna go on my tour and I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna
ready.
Walk right into some other shit. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? But something was just telling me, and it's like I'm very keen on like gut and like spirit. Like I feel like spirit talk to me and like I listen. So I called my moms because, my moms are somebody who's always super profound when it comes to like decision making and shit like that. So I'm like, yo, like, I don't know what to do. I got this other opportunity, boom, boom. And, she was like, yo, listen, one in the hand is better than two in the bush. And when she dropped that on me, I was like, all right, mom, I'll call you back. I call up Sasha Penn, who's the showrunner and the creator of Razor Cane. I'm like, yo, Sash, is there any way we could like bring me back? And he was like, Joey, don't fuck with me right now. Don't play with me. Are you serious? Because when we hang up, I'm going to make some calls and I'm going to call you back. But do not make me make these fucking calls. Right. And you're not serious. Do not fuck me.
Sound like Kelly.
And mind you, in Power, 50 blew up in a warehouse and came back. So we'll find a way.
We'll find a way to make it happen.
Right. That nigga was locked in the room and shit. Like,
we'll find a way to bring you back.
Fire. They locked him in.
No, we'll find a way. They'll find a way.
He came back. You know what I'm saying?
Put a little burn on his arm. He's fine.
A little scratch, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, like, shit. But he was like, all right, and he made the call and he called me back. He was like, yo, you got to keep this between us. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to do a lot of cleaning up. I got to go back in the fucking writer's room. I got to change the story. So just keep this between me and us and shit. And, I held it down. And, I had to kind of ride it out. So the fucked up shit about it was I had to tell all my castmates, like when we did the table read for episode 5 where Unique dies, everybody said they farewells to me.
That's crazy.
I know. I felt like an asshole, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like,
you had your whole wake at the table read. Everybody say, yo, thank you.
Like, yo, it's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, I love y'all, man. Boom, boom. Just for me to come back at episode 10, So shit was funny.
That is hilarious, man. But I mean, I understand why they made that pivot. They had to. They had to bring Unique back.
And that has something to do also with the Wu-Tang Hulu series. When you was decked for the first season. And they
exactly.
Switched, which, by the way, I think RZA does not get enough credit That's one of the best series I've seen. And you smoked.
Shout out to RZA.
You
Shout
smoked
out to
playing
RZA.
deck. I was mad.
Thank you.
When it switched. But forgive me for not knowing the other gentleman's name that played deck. He smoked it as well.
Oh yeah, I forget my man's name.
Yeah,
he was. I honestly thought he was a better deck than me.
Okay,
I thought he was. You know what I'm saying?
How did you prepare for the deck role for the first season?
To be real with you, my heart wasn't all the way in there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a clear distinction on like Joey playing deck and Joey playing unique. Because I never, I made it a thing, I never wanted to play a rapper.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay.
I made the exception for RZA.
Yeah.
Because I love RZA. And he was one of my early mentors in the game. So when he asked me, it was like a no.
Can't tell him no, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't telling him.
Who says no to RZA?
Yeah, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell him no. When they wanted me to do that, I'm like, bet. But I never wanted to play a rapper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So while I was trying to make them both work, I couldn't because my deal with Kanan was exclusive.
Okay.
So I couldn't be a recurring on another show at the same
Yeah.
time that I was on Kanan.
Yeah.
I didn't have an exclusive with Wu-Tang, and that's how they lost me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That's how I was able to get another role and, a better what was a better opportunity for me and, kind of peace out.
Yeah, and I mean, even as a fan, when they did the press release for the first season of the Wu-Tang saga, they had your name and they had Davies. That was Joey Badass playing Inspector Deck, Davies playing Meth.
Method Man, yeah.
I was like,
by the way, I thought Davis Meth was a perfect casting.
I was sitting there all right, obviously they rappers, they know how to deliver this shit. I was blown away about the way that worked.
Word.
Because Dave E smoked Method Man, and you saying perfect casting, I'm telling you, I was wrong in looking at that. I was like, I get it. That Dave from New York, light skinned, this will work, I guess, because he'll know how to deliver shit.
But they did a great
smoked
job,
that whole role. And you doing deck, I wasn't even sure at that time.
Yeah.
It's all right, we just grabbing rappers.
I still had
names
dreads.
now.
I still had dreads at the time. Underneath the little bandana and shit was my dreads.
Yeah.
I haven't cut my hair yet at the time.
Why that show did not get awards is beyond me. That whole series is absolutely incredible.
Shout out to RZA, man.
Shout out to RZA,
Shout
man.
out to Sean C, too.
We can close here. Would you say I was your best co-star in a video of all time when we did the Black Odyssey thing? I mean, I feel like
you was great. You was great. You was
you was great. You know,
yeah. You was a great bad teacher.
I felt like we had better on-screen chemistry than any of Kanan, anything of Wu-Tang. I really thought you and we was gonna take it to the top after the video, but nah, that's cool, man. Nah, I understand.
Yo, it ain't too late, man. It ain't too late.
Yo, we can do the buddy cop movie.
the buddy cop.
Now you going a little too far.
Lonely at the top, available now. Joey
sir.
Badass on tour with Ab-Soul and Rhapsody, coming to a city near you soon. Definitely going to the Brooklyn show.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely
Yeah,
gotta
pop
go.
out.
It's at Paramount, right?
Yeah, Paramount. I keep saying
yeah.
Palladium. I never did Paramount. It's my first time, so
Definitely pulling up
it's
to
like
that.
a new venue or some shit.
Definitely pulling up to that. That's our guy, Joey Badass, my brother. Thank you, man. Good seeing you.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Love.